Hello, I'm Charles G. Pee, and I'm very happy that you're joining me for the second edition of the program 5 Minutes Talk. 5 Minutes Talk is brought to you by Light to Youth, helping youth in their walk with God. Last week we were looking at what is the Bible. We look at the Bible as the usual manual, and we also look at the Bible as the mirror. In today's edition of the program, we're going to continue our discussion on what is the Bible, focusing on the Bible as the light. The Bible as the light helps to expose the deception of this world to us. It takes us from the darkness and brings us to the light. There are too many things that the word presents to us as the truth, but when we dig deeper into them, all we see are lies. There are a few deceptions that the world presents to us. Number one, God can understand. People often make this statement when they start to do things they ought not to be doing. Someone living a promiscuous life. Someone living a life of fornication. When you ask them, how would I go to school? How would I buy my clothes? How would I take care of my family? How would I take care of my mother? Another person will get bribe to get scholarship. When you ask them, how would I go to school if I don't do this? You have two friends. Take this example. One of them is willing to help you no matter what. Willing to let go their business schedule to help you. And the other one can only afford to give you their leftover time. How do you think of the both of them? Don't forget, Jesus says we should take up our cross and follow him. Another deception from the world is this. You are very young. Don't rush life. Don't get married yet. Don't get baptized yet. It's time to enjoy your young life. But there are presuppositions underlying this statement that are all false. Number one, you're gonna live to see your old age. Is that true? Not certain enough. There are too many people dying every day. Some of them we are older than, some of our age, some of them older than us. So we should not fool ourselves by saying I will live my young life anyway, so when I get old I will make the corrections. No, not at all. In fact, there is another deception in that statement. Taking behavior to be like writing on chalkboard that you can just take a duster anytime and dust it out. No, behavior are not like writing on the chalkboard that you can easily erase anytime you want to. When behavior becomes part of us, it's very hard to do without them. Another deception from this world is this. You are very young, so you have to start practicing. You will get married one of these days, so you have to practice, or else your spouse is gonna cheat on you because you will not be able to satisfy them sexually. But wait, just ask them, will you prefer someone who has never had sex before, or another person who have had sex? Interestingly, they will tell you, I prefer someone who has been waiting for all this while, not having sex. But there is another problem again. This statement is presupposing that premarital sex is the foundation for sexual enjoyment in marriage. But is that true? No, not at all. It's not true. It's far from the truth. What premarital sex does is that it brings mistrust in marriage. It leads to divorce. You don't judge your spouse. So you start to compare your spouse with another person with your past relationship. So you'll never be satisfied. So instead of getting sexual satisfaction from it in marriage, you will get sexual dissatisfaction, and you will also get mistrust, and on top of it, you may get divorce. Remember, we've discussed 3 deceptions of this one. Number 1, God can understand. Number 2, you are still young. Number 3, you'll get married. You have to practice. Thank you for being with me. I have been Charles GP, and you've been listening to 5 Minutes Talk, brought to you by Light to Youth, helping youth in their walk with God. Don't forget to join us next week for the very third edition of our program. Thank you. Till then, remain blessed.